Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. I'm your host, Tito Bro, and in today's episode, do I have a real juicy project I want to show you guys. You guys are going to love some of the details on this project. It's located in Panama City or thereabout. I will try to share as many photos as I can. You're not going to believe the price per square foot on this project. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I want you guys to check out this resort that I went to. This is a really cool series of buildings. You're not gonna get to see this type of architecture along the Panhandle of Pensacola and Panama City or down South Florida. Maybe South Florida you may get to see something similar to something similar to this. Now it's located. If you can kind of take a look at this map, it's right between, I would say, Seaside and I would say Panama City Beach. It's called Kaiya Beach Resort, and you guys can slow this down, but it from Pensacola to here, it took about 2.5 hours. I would say 2 hours, a good 2 hours without a lot of traffic. It's well under construction. You kind of see there's multiple buildings on this complex, so it's not just one. I love using Google Maps because it can kind of paint a good picture of what stage is at, and I know, and actually based on these photos, it looks like it's pretty recent. These photos are pretty recent from what I could tell. Now there is a clubhouse that's right on the beach. You have to kind of walk over just a little bit, and they might have a shuttle down the road for this. So based on these photos, what you're gonna see or what I'm gonna show you, they're further along than what we're seeing here on Google Earth. Obviously, Google Earth, every so often they need to update their scans of the areas. But this to kind of paint a little bit of a picture of the stage of construction these buildings are in. It's gorgeous development. You don't know if the average person could afford to live in something close to this. You're gonna have to have pretty deep pockets when it comes to it. But here I got a couple of nice slides. Now this is just recently, and I got there a little late, so the tour was already underway. I didn't get a chance to see a lot of the stuff that I would have wanted to up close, but I went ahead and just pulled my phone out and started taking photos of this. You can kind of see this is the communal pool area for this side of the road, not the beach clubhouse. You can kind of see they have some really nice high-end appliances, grill with I think that's the dark metallic handle. It's an ice maker, and next to it with the white, I wish I would have done metallic also. It's a wine cooler, and it's at both sides have sinks so that the guests can use it. And, obviously some of these guests, for the price that they're paying on these, they're not going to be bothered by cooking. But the place is gorgeous. The finishes are amazing. What I found really interesting on this one was the type of stucco that they use. Now, one of the folks that were walking around in the tour told us a little bit about the plaster, and I think there's some plaster that was used inside certain areas, Venetian plaster, if you can believe that. And then some of this stucco that was on these buildings were really extra fine stucco finish. It is unbelievable, the craftsmanship. They were almost to the point of being flawless. There were some tiny areas where I could see some minor cracks, but all in all, the high quality craftsmanship, which is hard to find. It's hard to find here in the Panhandle someone that can do a good job with stucco. But apparently these guys, they found the right guys, and they were able to do a heck of a job on some of these. Now, some of these photos, you can kind of see the style of architecture that they're doing. It's very a mixture of Spanish, northern style in some cases. Every time I see something with a high pitch, tells me you got a little northern influence coming down to Florida. You can kind of see this view from the rooftop pool area. They actually had a rooftop pool area still under construction. You kind of see, I go back to that photo. You can kind of see this is the skyline. So you're getting to see from this point, the road is right underneath this wood railing. It's just for protection. So during construction, that people don't fall off. But we had a chance to look at this, and it's gorgeous. This is some of the interior showers for the standard units, and I wanted to take a picture of it just to kind of, because I get these conversations with people as far as to the extent of the tile that's becoming very popular, and I've seen a lot of this type of tile being used in a lot of new development. It's very popular now, and how things come and go, they get trendy. This is something interesting, and I took a picture of this just because I may have noticed it. If you look at these two rooftops, and for the average Joe, you may not find it the least interesting, but you see the two air handlers. There's one on this one for this unit, and then there's one on this one for this other unit, and it could be this is just one single unit. I'm not sure, but you see right between the two of them, between that little demising wall between the two of them, there's a little opening, looks like a square. That square is the hatch. I believe that's a hatch or a skylight. So somehow we get up there on that roof, and I can't tell from this angle, but it could be a skylight. Nevertheless, I just find it interesting because these are the mundane stuff that people want to know. It's like, hey, where's all the equipment? I don't see the equipment for this kind of stuff. How do you maintain it? I mean, where it's located, because someone's going to have to do the maintenance on these buildings, and what type of material is it? Is it, does it resist salt? We're like next to the water, so a lot of toxic salt creates a lot of toxins in metals and aluminum, so all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to get into all that technical stuff, but coatings are important. I'm kind of reverting back to one of these images, but if you just stay tuned, I'll show you some video footage I took. Okay guys, I just pulled up one of the videos, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave it on mute just because there's a lot of people talking. But this shot right here is I'm standing on the rooftop pool area, and I went ahead and did a video clip so we can get a good sense of what we're seeing now. Well, you see all these blue posts or the scaffolding. It's under construction, so there's going to be all this construction stuff in the way. Let's see if we can kind of get to the next shot. I should be able to just pull up the next shot. Here we go. All right, so now we're walking. I kind of didn't take a lot of video footage of what was in the main area. Hopefully I can kind of give you guys some images. If you reach out to me or leave me a comment, I'll try to see if I can get some photos for you guys. So this video was, we just had started walking towards the beach club buildings. So there's a couple of buildings right here, and I think these are residences that probably would be on the top. And you see the mechanical units up there. The top probably $6 to $8 million. Believe it or not, $6 to $8 million. So you're looking at high-end construction. This is the garage, and I wanted to take a quick shot of this one because I wanted to point out the spray foam. Now remember, we're right on the coast. I mean, we're literally, we could walk over to the ocean from this point. So my point on this one is we handle things completely different when it comes to coastal construction. We want to make sure that we seal any space that's going to be conditioned as much as possible, and you know for a fact that these garages may remain open while you have somebody vacationing in this resort. So, and if you guys are more than welcome to pause the video anytime you guys want to. You guys check out any of these like small clips. Now, I love this shot, and I'm gonna have this thing play the sound of it. So just bear with me for 2 seconds. I'm gonna replay it, and you guys will get to enjoy it. All right, so we pull up the next video, and I'm gonna clip this into it. I love taking shots of the floor in some of these resorts, because no one ever takes a moment to kind of appreciate what's being done to the texture where your feet are coming down on. And I just found it interesting how you have obviously it's a little dirty, but you kind of see that from left to right where the pool is located, you have this drain that runs the length of the pool, and then you have this kind of a concrete separator, and then you have a recessed situation where they put these pavers that are maybe about 1.5 inches thick on grout, and they grouted each joint, and it has this gorgeous, it feels like coral, the texture of it. And I felt like I needed to capture it just because you don't get a sense of some of the materials that are being used. Now, we went up to the clubhouse on the second floor, and we just did like a panoramic to look through this grill, and I should have a view from down below. That's the pool. So that's the pool, and then what you see there on the left hand side and the right hand side, right there, those 2x6s running parallel to the view. There's probably going to be a deck and that's where they're going to have like cushions for people to lounge and enjoy the sun. You can sunbathe. Here is on the very tippy top. I had to take a shot of this just because you can't appreciate things that are under construction before and after. You know, I'm sure that a few years from now we'll take a trip out there and maybe have a chance to go in and see the construction after it's all finished, and it'll probably look totally different. It'll be more complete because then you have furniture and everything else. Here's one thing I loved. I saw this and I thought it was a window, and the person that I was with, he says, "Dude, look up." So I'm looking through this porthole circle. I don't know what it is about circles. I may be just Louis Icon geek, but when I looked up, there was another circle which obviously was covered by some plywood so people wouldn't fall through. But I don't know if you guys caught that, but I love the fact that my shadow was captured in that in the circular shape of that window or that. Funny if you guys caught that at the very end, and there was a couple of laborers that were still there that just had finished working, and there was music that was playing in the background. I thought it was pretty cool. I wish there would have been like a sound system throughout the complex where you kind of hear this very mild music, and I'm thinking it's not Caribbean, but I know Mediterranean. I don't know what you can call this. This is an eclectic design of different styles that are put together in this complex. And you know, sometimes people like a theme. Some people, you know, they just
Okay, guys, welcome back to my.
Anyways, guys, this is the end of the show. And if you guys like that and you want to shoot me a couple of messages and find out a little more detail about it, maybe I can kind of scrounge and find out who the architect is. And oh yeah, and by the way, the construction square foot price on this development was $1,000 a square foot. Believe it or not, $1,000 a square foot. It may include the property, I'm not sure, but we're probably talking about like several $1 million just to acquire that piece of property in that location. Hey guys, give me a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.